अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Devi Mahatmyam, or it is also called Durga Saptashati, or another name for this book is Chandi. We are studying the third chapter, Tritiyodhyayaha. Now we are going to chant the meditation verse on the Divine Mother. Please repeat this mantra after me. Om Udyadbhanusahasrakantim Arunakshaumam Shiromalikam Raktaliptapayodharam Japavatim Vidyamabhitim Varam Hastabjair Dhadatim Trinetra Vilasat Vaktraravindashriyam Devim Baddhahimangshuratnamukutam Vande Ravindhastitam. Tritiyodhyayaha, page 49 in the book which we are following, Devi Mahatmyam book. The 37th verse. In the last session, we had learnt the chanting of 37th verse, but we will learn that again, Devi Vacha, and then continue forward, and we will complete the third chapter today. Let us learn to chant the 37th and the 38th mantra. Here, Devi Vacha, the Divine Mother said. This scripture is so precious and so divine that even this short word, Devi Vacha, the Divine Mother said, is also a mantra. While we are doing the Chandi Homa, even this will be considered as a mantra, and we will give the ahuti in the havan. Just like Devi Vacha Swaha, they will tell the mantra and give the ahuti. So there is also a mantra. That's why the 37th mantra is just Devi Vacha, the Divine Mother said. The 38th mantra, Garja Garja Kshanam Mudha. Please repeat. Garja Garja Kshanam Mudha Madhu Yavat Pibamyaham Maya Tvayihate Traiva Garjishyantyashu Devataha That is the way of chanting this verse. The Divine Mother is now telling the demon Mahishasura, the Devi said, because in the earlier verse, Mahishasura in the form of that bison or buffalo is making lot of noise, cutting and removing the mountains and throwing at the Divine Mother. And with his strong breathing is making the roaring sound. You can notice in the cowshed, the bull will be making some sort of a sound. Not the cow's mooing sound, but the bull will make just like a roaring sound of the lion. Just imagine the wild buffalo or the wild bison, which is much, much more stronger than this bull. And now he is the demon with much more energy, even then greater energy than the Devatas. Then what would be the sound? So he is roaring in that sound. When the Divine Mother heard this sound, the Divine Mother is telling, Garja Garja Kshanam Muda. Oh, fool. Mudha means fool. So the Divine Mother is addressing this demon as fool. Oh, fool, come on, roar, roar as much as you like. That is only for a moment now. While I drink the elixir, madhu, I am going to drink the amrita, the ambrosia, the divine drink. So, for that time, you can go on roaring. That is the end of your roaring. After that, you can't roar anymore. By the time I finish my drinking that amrita or ambrosia, you will be slain by me. And in this very place where you are roaring like this, the positive elements, the Devatas, that word come from Div. The root word of Devata is Div. Div means to shine, to be bright. So they are bright with knowledge, positive qualities. That's why Devata, Div root word, so they are bright and shining. So they are the good ones. The Divine Mother has taken this fierce form to protect the good children. So he's telling, at this very place you were behaving like a fool, roaring, the Devatas will be now laughing after that. They will have the last smile. So they will be roaring here. The Devatas will soon roar in this very place. Atraiva. Atraiva means in this very place. So now we will go to the next chanting of the next verse. After this, Garja Garja Kshanam Muda Yavat Madhu Yavat Pibamyaham Maya Tvai Hate Atraiva Garjishyantyashu Devataha. So again, as I told you, the 39th verse is just Rishiruvacha. That is also like a mantra. Powerful. That's why that is also considered, the 39th is Rishurivacha. Rishi is the seer. The seer who is giving this book or the mantras is the Rishi. The meaning of the word Rishi itself is mantra drashtara. So all great saints cannot be Rishis. Rishis are the people who have purified their mind to such an extent that truth will be revealed to them in their mind. Just like when the great king Kaushika Maharaja, he was a king. He saw how Vasishtha Maharshi was so great. He himself with a big army and also so much of weapons couldn't even harm a little to Vasishtha Maharshi while he was holding that danda, that is, which is used to do the japamala, to keep the hand rest japamala. There will be a danda in Y shape. The rishis will be holding. So when this Kaushika Maharaja was throwing so many arms and emanations and so many the shastras, astras, that couldn't even go near this rishi. It was all absorbed by this mantra danda, or the danda of that rishi. So seeing that, he made a declaration, useless are all these weapons. These are all waste. All these weapons, all this physical strength, it is nothing in front of the spiritual strength. That was the declaration done by this Kaushika Maharaja. And what was that declaration? He told, Dhik Kshatriya Balaham. Down with the power of the Kshatriyas, the physical force and the Astra Shastra. Then he tells, Brahma Balam hi Balo Balam. The real strength is spiritual strength. That was the utterance he made. Useless is the strength of the Kshatriyas. He is useless. That's the physical strength and the intellectual strength are nothing compared to the spiritual strength. The Rishi, Vasishtha Rishi, had shown that. After that, he gave up his kingdom. He went to the Himalayas, did tapasya, so much of tapasya for thousands of years. Then he gained so much of power. He was not satisfied. He wanted to become a spiritual person like Vasishtha, and he wanted that he should be called as a Brahmarshi, the great Rishi. So, but simply having that desire is not enough. Then finally he was so much disturbed by, even after so much of this thing, he was gaining some powers which was of no use. They were not giving him the post of that great Rishi, Brahmarshi. They gave him Rajarshi, the seer of the kings. No, he wanted that post like Vasishtha Maharshi. Then the gods came and told him, when you give up the desire, even that smallest desire, to become the Brahmarshi, then only you can become a Brahmarshi. So if you have the desires, then you will not go anywhere near God or attain that highest position. So you have to give up even that desire. So when he gave up that desire to become the Brahmarshi, then he became the Brahmarshi, the great Rishi. Then after so much of meditation and purification, please do not tamper, there is some humming sound. Of the sound, there is humming. So when reduce it, it is humming, the noise is humming. Not the Tanpura sound, that will be there. I am telling, when I speak, there is humming sound. That sound is to be reduced. Let the Tanpura sound be there, increase it. So then he got the Gayatri mantra. That exactly, it is not, the name is not Gayatri mantra, it is because all of you know it as Gayatri mantra, I am giving that name. The exact name of that mantra is Savitri mantra. Savitri means Srishtikarta, the creator God, the Lord who is created. So Savitru Mandala Madhyavarti, Savitru means creator. So that mantra, it was revealed to him. The truth are always there. Vishwamitra did not find it out something new. This Maharshi, the Kaushika Maharaja, who wanted to become the Brahmarshi, the seer, he didn't find anything new. It was already there, the truth was there. What did he do? He only discovered it. The truths are not found out by the scientists or the great seers, but it is discovered. It is there. The truth are always there. It's only discovered. Just like everything is within us. The divinity is within you. The Atman, the Paramatman, the highest knowledge, everything, wisdom is within you. So what is the thing happening when we are doing sadhana, meditation, karma yoga, helping others, everything? Only the layers of ajnana, ignorance is being removed. The screen is being removed. So what is happening? Only it is revealed. You are not getting something new. The highest truth is your birthright. It is yours already. But with so much of desires, we have covered that truth which is already within us. So what is happening when we are doing the sadhana, meditation, japa and all the other things, spiritual practices, what is happening is only you are removing the layer of ignorance. So the lamp is shining after that. The light of Atman or Paramatman which is already there, the highest energy, the highest power, the highest knowledge, everything is already there within you. So now when Vishwamitra or that Kaushika Maharaja did so much of tapasya, austerities, and he got for thousands of years, so it was revealed, it was all within. In golden letters, what we chant, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Suvaha Tat Savitru Varenyam, that is Savitru, Mandala Madhyavarti, Srishtikarta. Bhargaha Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha. So that mantra was revealed, complete mantra. We call it Gayatri mantra because for the first time, the meter, chandas, just like when you are chanting Hanuman Chalisa, Ramcharitmanas, you have chaupais, you have dohas, they are meters, chandas in which the poetry is composed. Likewise, this Gayatri is the meter which was discovered for the first time. So it became very popular and it became popular as Gayatri mantra, but in reality it is Savitri mantra. So just like that, it was revealed in golden letters. So then he became the Rishi. So his name was Kaushika Maharaja. Earlier name was Kaushika. Then how did he become Vishwamitra? Because that's a universal prayer, praying for the welfare of everybody. Dhiyo yo naha prachodayat. Let the intellect, the right understanding of everybody be inspired by God. So we are praying for the enlightenment for everybody. It is not just for me. Aham prachodayat means to me only. It is selfish prayer. But the Gayatri mantra is unselfish for everybody. Let the enlightenment come. So that's why it's a universal prayer. Universal is Vishwa. Then he became the friend of the universe. That's why Vishwamitra. Mitra means friend. So now you can see the Gayatri mantra was revealed to that great Rishi. So when a mantra is revealed to a great saint, then only he will become Rishi. That is the meaning of the word Rishi, mantra drashtara. Because we hear the word, but we will not know difference. We will not know the difference between a saint, santa, and the Rishi. There should be some qualification. What is Hamsa? What is Paramahamsa? There are some qualifications for that. What is Rajarshi? What is Brahmarshi? What is Devarshi? Narada Maharshi is called Devarshi. What is Brahmarshi? All that, they are different levels of evolution. You can also become that. We can also become that. Only you have to purify your mind. Raise your state of consciousness. When you purify, then you too can attain that. You need not worry that, some people, great people could attain. I cannot know. It's your birthright. You have that strength, every one of you. So now, Rishi Ruvacha. That Rishi, the great Rishi, Mantra Drashtara, who has given this mantra, this Devi Mahatmyam to us. That's why he is called Rishi. Uvacha, he told. Now we have come to know the meaning of that great mantra, Rishi Ruvacha. Rishi means the one who has given this mantra, Rishi Ruvacha, he has told. What did he tell now? The Rishi Ruvacha. Eva muktva samutpatya Sarudha tam mahasuram padena kantecha shule nainam tadayat. So now we shall learn to chant this 40th mantra after the Rishurivacha. Rishiruvacha, Rishiruvacha, eva muktva samutpatya, eva muktva samutpatya, sarudha tam mahasuram, sarudha tam mahasuram, padena kantecha, padena kantecha, shule nainamatadayat, shule nainamatadayat. What is the simple meaning of this 40th verse? The Rishi said, so I have given you the meaning of the Rishi, like that there are so many thousands of Rishis. So Rishi is the male or the masculine version. What is the feminine form of Rishi? Rishi. So you keep the name. Some of the women or girls are given the name Rishi. Rishi is the feminine. When the women do lot of tapasya and gain that knowledge and mantra is discovered by them, then they will be termed as Rishi, Rishayatri. This is the feminine aspect. Just like I told you, river also has two forms, male river and female river. When it is female river, when it is doing lot of good and they will be helping all the people with agriculture and so many other things, non-destructive helping, that is given a feminine form. Gange, Yamune, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmade, Sindhu, Kaveri, all these are Nadi, feminine. But when it is very destructive, when it is very too much strong and destructive, I won't tell like men, but when it is destructive in its aspect, it is called masculine gender, reverse. So what will be the name given to them? Nada. Nadi is feminine aspect of the river. Nada is male aspect, masculine. Any name? Brahmaputra. Putra, son, Brahma, the son of creator Brahma. Where is the origin of it? Manasa Sarovara, mind of Brahma. Where is it? In Tibet, border of Himalaya. Tibet, where is the Kailasa Parvata? There is 60 almost the circumference of that lake, pure water lake. At the highest altitude is that Manasa Sarovara. So from that Sarovara, it is called mind of Brahma, the creator. From there, this river starts flowing. So is the son of Brahma, Brahmaputra, it is male river. So like that there is masculine and feminine even in the raga. We sing raga, so many ragas. While singing in the music, Hindustani and Carnatic music, Indian classical music, there are ragas, so many ragas. So there we have male and female. What is that? When it is female, it is called Ragini. When it is male, it is called Raga. Shivaranjani. It gives joy to Lord Shiva, female. Bhairavi, female raga. Bhairava, male raga. So like that, male and female. Like that here, Rishi is male. It is Arushi, then it is female. Or Rushayatri, female, aspect of the founder of a mantra or giver of a discoverer of a mantra. If it is female, it will be Arushi or Rushayatri. So now this is Rishirivacha because it is male Rishi. So that 39th verse and 40th verse, we see that Rishiruvacha. So the Rishi said, what did he say? The Divine Mother, having exclaimed thus, what did she exclaim? "O fool, Mahishasura, go on roaring for a few seconds. I am going to now relax and drink the madhu, the elixir. After, only you can roar for that time. After that, I am going to finish you off." So, having said that, the Divine Mother, having exclaimed thus, she jumped and landed herself on that great demon, pressed him on the neck with her foot, and struck him with her spear. So, no woman should think that they are weak. Generally, people go on telling, oh, they are the abala, stri, or the feminine or abala, not with any strength. The Divine Mother has shown, because we are taught that in Hinduism, that we should see the Divine Mother, manifestation of the Divine Mother in all the women. That is what we are taught in India and in Hinduism, to respect. One of the great mantra in Manusmriti is, what is that great mantra? Yatra naryastu pujyante tatra ramante devataha. What is that Manusmriti telling? Wherever naryastu pujyante, the women are taken care of or respected or worshipped. Tatra, there, ramante devataha, the gods will be pleased wherever the women are worshipped or taken care of or respected. If you show disrespect to women, the devatas will be displeased. That is the mantra. So we have to treat the woman like the Divine Mother. Because, why should we treat? Because the Divine Mother exists in every female being. In every female being, the Divine Mother exists. This is for the men to see and respect them. But for the women folk themselves, they should get that confidence, that self-respect. See, when you come to know you are an empress, not ordinary beggar or an ordinary weakling, you are an emperor, how will your behavior change? You think yesterday you were thinking yourself as a very weak beggar, sitting on the street begging for everything. The next day you will come to know you are the son of an emperor, you are going to be an emperor. What will be your status? What will be your behavior? Your behavior will entirely change the moment you come to know that you are an emperor. Likewise, in reality, every woman is the Divine Mother. She has the Divine Mother in her. She herself is the Divine Mother. So many mantras are there to show that. So when you come to know you are that great empress, then your dignified behavior will start coming. You will not behave in an ordinary way. Then you will behave like a Divine Mother. So your self-confidence will increase. Your strength of the mind will increase. So that is the way subjectively we can take you as the Divine Mother exists. For the men to see the Divine Mother and take care of her properly. So just to prove that in all the female beings, because in Durga Saptashati itself it is there, the mantra is there, where it tells in every female being the Divine Mother exists. So I will prove that through one of the stories from the Purana. Sri Ramakrishna, while he was teaching his disciples, many of them thought, reading aspects of Buddhism, that if you become a sannyasin or if you want to control your senses, the men were taught that you should hate women or you should be very away from that. Then Ramakrishna, our ideal, he tells, no, never do that. You will become more drowned in Maya if you hate women. Then what is the way out? You have to see the Divine Mother and respect them properly. Then you can come out of the Mahamaya. Ramakrishna tells his disciple. Once, one of the disciples, Swami Shardananda, when he was a young boy coming to Sri Ramakrishna, he was making fun of Ganesha because Ganesha has a big belly. He eats a lot of sweet, Modak Priya. So he didn't have much respect towards Ganesha. So he started making fun. Then Ramakrishna was a little upset. He told, no, don't disrespect Ganesha. He's a very great soul. He didn't just get the boons because his head was cut off by Shiva, so to please Mother Parvati, they all started giving all these boons. No, he really has that capacity. He's really worth it. Come on, I will tell you a story. Hear that. How great is Ganesha? Then he started telling this from the Puranas. What is that story? When Ganesha was a child of 4 or 5, he was playing outside. The children are so innocent. It is not cruelty or when they play with the dogs or cats or any animals, they'll be pulling the tail, pulling the ears, beating it, throwing it. You know, the children will do. It is out of innocence. It's not cruelty. Likewise, Ganesha, even as a child, he was playing with a she-cat, a female cat. He pulled the tail, pinched it, or did so many things, threw it, bit it. So somehow that female cat escaped from Ganesha and ran away. So all forgetful, the child Ganesha started moving about. Maybe he was hungry, came back to Mother Parvati. When he came back to Parvati, what happened? When he saw his mother, the whole person of the mother Parvati was full of bruises and wounds and beating marks. So Ganesha, as a god, he represents the highest ideal of Matru Bhakti. How to respect our biological mother or mother in general. So he shows the highest respect for mother. Ramachandra also showed highest respect for his mother. All the gods and goddesses. But the highest ideal which Ganesha stand is, he was ready to even sacrifice his own head. You see the elephant head, because just to keep up the word of his mother, to be obedient to his mother, he was ready to give up even his life. That is Ganesha. So now seeing his mother wounded and bruises on the face, he started crying, Mother, who did this to you? How did this happen? So much of wounds and bruises. The Divine Mother took that little Ganesha, baby Ganesha on his lap and consoled him, crying Ganesha, telling, my dear child, it was you who did this to me. Ganesha was surprised, Mother, how can I hurt you? I respect you, I love you so much, how can I hurt you? Then the Divine Mother, Durga or Parvati, asked the child, my dear child, did you hurt any female being today? Then he remembered, yes, Mother, I was playing with a she-cat. At that time, out of fun, I started pulling the ears, pinching it, throwing it, hurting it. Did the owner of that cat come and hurt you, Mother? No, my dear child. From today onwards, know for certain, in all the female beings, whether it is human beings, whether it is animals, whether it is insects, whether it is microbes, in all the female beings, your mother, Durga, it's me, I exist in every female being. In all the male beings, whether it is animals, whether it is insects, whether it is microbes, vertebrates, invertebrates, whatever, in all the male beings, your father Shiva exists. Day after tomorrow we are celebrating Shivaratri. You should know this. In all the male beings, the woman also should treat men in that way. The men should treat the women in this way. So it is being shown here. Then will there be any domestic violence if the children are taught this from the childhood? See, you cannot give highest philosophy to children. They have to be taught such true stories of the Purana. Then the deeper essence of the spirituality will go to them from the childhood. So now here, the Divine Mother told, in every female being, I exist. In every male being, your father Shiva exists. So now, we also hear so many things. by elders, by our parents, by our gurus, by the scriptures. But what do? We hear from this ear and live out in another ear. Gone. The moment you are out of the lecture hall or the prayer hall, punarmushiko bhava. Again we go back to our same old state. We forget all these things. Then what is Ganesha? Ganesha had that Shraddha. This word Shraddha is not belief, or it is some special word. Shraddha is intense faith, belief in action. When you hear something and then put that into action immediately, that becomes Shraddha. If you just hear in these ears and then give it up, it is just belief. So I will tell you one story in another story. What is that story? There was an exhibition of dolls. I can't use the word dolls because in South Africa, doll means the eating doll with biryani, you eat doll, that is, you tell that. So I can't use the word doll. Okay, toys, exhibition of toys. In the exhibition of toys, there was one stall whereby all the toys were of the same size, same shape, same height, everything is same weight, but the cost was different. The king of that place came to this stall, saw all the toys and asked the person, owner of this stall, why is this difference in the rate? O king, please examine it and test it. How should I test it? Take this blade of grass. What should I do? Put it in one of the ear of this doll. Okay, the cost of this doll is 5 rand. But it is of the same size, same height, everything, weight, everything same on all these. But this is 5 rand, that is 50,000 rand, and that is 5 million rand. What is the difference? Please test it, O king. Okay, he took that blade of grass and put into that doll or toy where the rate was written as 5 rands. The grass went here and came out of this ear. Oh, that is the reason why the rate is 5 rand. Yes. Then why is it 50,000 rand? Please test it, okay. He put the blade of grass into one of the ear. Instead of coming in the other ear, it came out through the mouth. Oh, that is the reason it is 50,000 rand. Why it is, this one is 50 million? Please test it, okay. So he put the grass into this ear, the blade of grass. It didn't come here, it didn't come through the mouth, but it went inside to the heart. Oh, that's why it is 50 million. So what is the moral of this story? When all of us hear all the good things from the scriptures, from the elders, from the gurus, from the parents, hear in this ear and give up in this ear, our value is 5 rands. If we hear all the good things to both of our ears, instead of giving it the other ear, if we start understanding it and sharing with others coming through the mouth, if you share the truths, if you share the great, just like I am doing now, if you share it with others, help others, give it to the children, give it to your neighbors, give it to everybody, then your value becomes 50,000. If you hear all the good things from the scriptures, from the parents, from the elders, from the teachers, then not only understand it and share it with others, you put it into action, that is going to the heart. So going inside means you will assimilate it and then put it into your day-to-day action. Implement that in your life. Then your value will be 50 million rands. So that implementation of the truth which you hear immediately into action is called Shraddha. Belief in action, that is Shraddha. So Ganesha also represent another ideal. That's why he is the ideal for students. What is that? He stands for Shraddha. So the moment his mother gave this truth, he preserved it in his heart and implemented that immediately. In all the female beings, he started seeing his own mother. In all the male beings, he started seeing his own father. That That is Ganesha. So now you can see, what did the Divine Mother tell? I exist in, the Divine Mother herself has told her son, in all the female beings. So now you came to know about that. So if the Divine Mother can manifest all this strength to kill the negative energies, to kill the demon, how strong every woman is. There is a wonderful saying of Swami Vivekananda. And what is that saying? There is no power on this universe. There is no power in this universe which he especially tells the Indian mothers. I don't know why he used the word Indian mothers. You should go and ask Swami Vivekananda if you meet him. There is no power in this universe which the Indian mother cannot conquer by her loving service. This is a statement of Swami Vivekananda. Because all of you have infinite strength. You can conquer anything, any power on this universe. So you have the Divine Mother means you have so much of power. See, by reading these scriptures, these are the things which we have to start understanding and subjectively putting that into action in our day-to-day life. So, what is that? The Divine Mother did it. Even the Devatas, the Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varana, other people, Brahma couldn't destroy Mahishasura and all these demons. But an entity called, female entity called the Divine Mother could easily, just like a plague, could destroy that strongest Mahishasura. So, now the Rishi said, having exclaimed thus, she jumped and landed herself on that great Asura, pressed him on the neck with her foot and struck him with her spear. Now we will go to see or learn the 41st mantra. Tataha sopi padakrantas taya nijamukhat tataha ardhanishkranta evasit devya viryena samvritaha. So let us chant this 41st verse. Tatasopi padakrantas tataha sopi padakrantas taya nijamukhat tataha ardhanishkranta evasit devya viryena samvritaha. That is the way to chant the 41st verse of the 3rd chapter. What is the simple meaning of this 41st verse? And thereupon, caught up under her feet, the Divine Mother's feet, when you do the Durga Puja, you can see the image or the picture whereby the Divine Mother is standing with that shula, piercing the body of Mahishasura, the demon, and having a big sword in her hand. Below her, the buffalo form, the head of the buffalo has fallen down. She is on the mount, one leg is on the Simha, the lion, and another leg is on this demon. You can see that in the image. So you can see everything is here as it is. What is that? Padakrante. See, you learnt it in the fort. Pada means her feet. She placed her feet on the neck of that demon. Padakrante. You can see, you can imagine the picture of Durga for meditation. So here, Padakrante, Kante. Kanta means the neck of the demon. Shulena. Shula is the Trishula, the sharp object length, this thing with Lord Shiva will be having. So Mother will have that Trishula, that 3 shula will be on the top, and below that there will be a sharp shula, just like you might have seen Muruga or Subramanya or Kartikeya, he will have shula in his hand. It's called Vel. Vel Muruga is called in Tamil this thing, but that is called shula in Sanskrit. The son of Lord Shiva and Parvati, Subramanya, is called Muruga by Tamilians, but the Kartikeya is the Sanskrit name, Subramanya is the Sanskrit name for the same god. So he will have shula in his hand. So that is called Shula, spear. But here Divine Mother has the weapon. On the other side it is Trishula. On the lower side it is the Shula, sharp object. So Mother is piercing the body of this demon, you can see that. So everything is explained here with this meaning. What is that? She landed herself on that great Asura, pressed him on the neck with her foot and struck him with her spear. And thereupon, caught up under her foot, Mahishasura, he wanted to wriggle out of that buffalo form or the bison form. So now he took, you can see in the earlier verses, he was changing his form. He changed his form to an elephant, then he changed into the form of the buffalo, then to a lion, and now he has taken back his buffalo form. Now when the mother pierced him, he gave up that form of the buffalo or the bison and is taking a human form. So at that time, half issued forth, coming out of that Mahishasura, and thereupon caught up under the feet of mother. Mahishasura, the demon, half issued forth in his real form from his own buffalo mouth, being completely overcome by the valor of the Devi. That was the 41st verse. Tataha sopi padakrantas taya nijamukhat tataha ardhanishkranta evasit devya viryena samvritaha. Now we will go to see or learn the chanting of the 42nd verse. The 42nd verse is Ardhanishkranta evasau yudhyamano mahasuraha taya mahasina devya shirachitva nipatitaha. Let's now chant the 42nd, learn to chant the 42nd verse. Ardhanishkranta evasau Ardhanishkranta evasau yudhyamano mahasuraha yudhyamano mahasuraha taya mahasina devya shiraschitva nipatitaha shiraschitva nipatitaha. That is the way to chant the 42nd verse. We shall see the simple meaning of this 42nd verse. Fighting thus with his half revealed form, he is trying to come out of that buffalo form where the head of that buffalo has been cut down by the mother, and so out of he is trying to wriggle out of that body, taking a human form. You can see that Mahishasura's head will be there under the Mother Durga. She is placing the one foot of her on the neck. You can see in that Durga image. Now, fighting thus with his half-revealed form, the great Asura was laid low when he was trying to come out of this body in that human form. Then the Divine Mother laid him low, means killed him by the Devi, who struck off his head with her great sword. That great sword, with that great sword, the Divine Mother is Dashabhujja. With 10 arms, she will be there with the 10 arms. One will be holding that sword, noose and other things. So now, with that sword, she cut off the head of this Asura, the demon. That is the meaning of the 42nd verse. We shall go to study the chanting of 43rd verse. Tato haha kritam sarvam daitya sainyam nanashat tat praharshancha param jagmuhu sakala devata ganaha. So now let us learn to chant the 43rd verse in this 3rd chapter. Tato haha kritam sarvam tato haha kritam sarvam daitya sainyam nanashachat daitya sainyam nanashatat praharshancha param jagmuho praharshancha param jagmuho sakala devata ganaha sakala devata ganaha. That is the chanting of 43rd verse. Let us see the simple meaning of that 43rd verse. Then crying when the leader is slain. Mahishasura is the leader now, leader of the demon army. So when the leader was killed, what will happen to the followers? Consternation. They all, the army, crying in consternation, all the other demon army, the whole Asura army, it perished. They were destroyed by the Divine Mother. And all the horse, the group of devas, the positive energy, the horse, the group of all the devatas, small letter G, like Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, Yaksha, Gandharva, all those devatas, and all the horses of devatas were in great exultation. Praharshancha, exultation. So that is the meaning of the 43rd verse. Now we shall go to see the 44th verse, and that is the last verse of this 3rd chapter. So we shall chant this last verse, the 44th verse. Tushtuvustam sura Devi saha divyair maharshibhihi jagur gandharva patayo nandrutushchapsara ganaha nandrutushchapsaro ganaha. So now we shall learn to chant this 44th verse. Tushtuvustam sura Devi Tushtuvustam sura Devi saha divyair maharshibhihi jagur gandharva patayo nandrutushchapsaro ganaha. So we have learnt the chanting of 44th or the last verse of this chapter, the 3rd chapter. What is the simple meaning of that? With the great sages of the heaven, Maharshibhihi, I told rishis. So all the rishis, the great these mantra drashtaras, who had purified their mind, they are even greater than the devatas, because they have taken up the life of renunciation for the sake of God, realizing the truth. They are called rishis. So Maharshibhihi is the great rishis, all that group of rishis, they all assembled now. And they all started praising the Divine Mother, singing the praise. With the great sages of heaven, the devas, also including the devas, all the gods and goddesses, praise the Divine Mother. And not only that, a little lower than the devas are Gandharvas. They are the singers, dancers in the heavenly place. So they are very famous, they are very good at music. They sing, they play all that, every instrument. And the female Gandharvas, they are called Apsaras. They dance nicely, they also can sing, they can play instruments. So all of them, Gandharvas, the chief of the Gandharvas, they started singing the praise of the Divine Mother. And the Bivis of the Apsaras, the most beautiful maidens in the heavens, they are called Apsaras. So they are very intelligent and they can also dance very well. So the Apsaras started dancing in joy. They all assembled there, the Maharshis, the Devatas, the Gandharvas, the Apsaras. So at the victory of the Divine Mother, they started singing the praise, dancing to please the Divine Mother. That is the simple meaning of the last verse. So, in the end, to indicate that this chapter is ended, this states Om iti Shri Markandeya Purane Savarnike Manvantare Devi Mahatmye Mahishasuravadho Nama Tritiyodhyaya. So, what is the meaning of this? The meaning is, here ends the third chapter called The Slaying of the Demon Mahishasura of Devi Mahatmya. This book, name of this book is, I told you in the beginning, Devi Mahatmya, which gives the glory of the Divine Mother. Devi is the Divine Mother. Mahatmya is the glorification. So, Devi Mahatmya, or Durga Saptashati. So, the Divine Mother Durga, name of Divine Mother, Durga is Durgati Nashini, who removes all the problems and troubles of us, is called Durga. So, Durga Saptashati. Sapta means 7, Shata means 100. So, in this book, Devi Mahatmyam, there are 700 mantras. So, it's called Saptashati. Durga Saptashati is another name of this book. Devi Mahatmya, another, the name is Durga Saptashati. Then another name is Chandi. What is the meaning of Chandi? The fierce form of Divine Mother, to protect the good children from the bad, the demons. So, the Divine Mother has taken a fierce form. That's why the name of the book is Chandi, fierce form of the Divine Mother. So, it is called, the book is called Devi Mahatmyam or Durga Saptashati or Chandi. Here it is told as Devi Mahatmya. And where does this Devi Mahatmya come? For example, Bhagavad Gita, where is it placed? It is placed in the Purana called, not Purana, Itihasa called Mahabharata. Who has composed this and kept it here, edited it and kept it? Vyasa Maharshi. So when you are reading Bhagavad Gita, you will call the Rishi is Vyasa Maharshi, because it is in the Mahabharata. Likewise, this Devi Mahatmya is in Purana called Markandeya Purana. So the Rishi who has composed this, edited it, is Markandeya Rishi. Who is this Markandeya Rishi? Tomorrow is Shivaratri. So Markandeya was a great Rishi, and even now he is eternally living. Of the Chiranjeevis, he is one of them. His parents were also great Rishis. Father and mother were doing a lot of austerities and praying to God. They didn't have children, so they were praying to Mahadeva. They were great devotees of Lord Shiva. They were praying and doing a lot of meditation and puja, havan, everything to please Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was pleased after many years and told, yes, what do you want? They told, we want a child to continue our family. Then Lord told, you have only 2 choices. What is that? You can get a child who will live long, many years, maybe 200, 300 years, but he'll be unintelligent, dullard, fool, no use to the world. So do you want such a child who will live very long, but a fool, ordinary, useless, worthless, but short-lived, only 16 years, but he will become a great person. He will bring you lot of fame. He'll be a great man. He will do good to the world. Now you can choose. What will the parents choose? Always parents want that their child should be long living. They will see, even if the child sneezes, here I have seen in India also, they will tell Koti Ayushman Bhava, Dirgha Ayushman Bhava. If the child sneezes, they will tell, long live that child. So all the mothers and parents want that the child should be long living. But now Lord has given choice. You will get a long living but unintelligent, useless, worthless child. What is the other choice? Short-lived, only 16 years, 1-6. He will die after 16 years, completing 16 years. But he will be great, very intelligent, full of worth, full of hope. He will bring good name. He will be a great devotee of mine. What do you want? What will the parents choose? They choose. Yes, we want, though short-lived, a great child will be your great devotee. We don't want a worthless child. Then this boy was born Markandeya because his father was Mrukand Rishi. So because he was the son of Mrukand Rishi, he got the name Markandeya. Now this boy was growing, parents were very happy. He became a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Then he saw there was fear, there was sorrow in the face of his father and mother. The great devotee of Lord Shiva, a very good child, is growing with great devotion. He is mastering all the knowledge, he is becoming highly educated, but he is now very fast approaching the 16th year. The parents are so unhappy and sorrowful and full of fear that this boy will go away. But looking at the fearful face and stressed parents, he asked, what is the reason? Then the parents had to tell him, you are going to die. He said, don't worry. Mother and father, do not worry. I have so much devotion to Lord Shiva that he will protect me. The death cannot do anything to me. Do not worry. My Lord will protect me. So after that, when he came to know the truth, he worshipped more. He did lot of puja. He will never come out of the puja of the Lord. He was worshipping Shiva so much. Now the 16th year came. The day of the death approached. Now it was time for Yamaraj to come and take him away. Yamaraj came. He told, it's time for you to go. Come, lad, come out of the puja place. I have to take you. I can't touch you until you are near worshipping Lord Shiva. I don't have the authority to touch you or come near you when you are worshipping Lord Shiva. So stop your worship and come out. He told, no, I'm not going to stop the worship of my Lord. That's your duty to take away. This thing you do your duty, I will do my duty to worship the Lord. He just embraced the Shivalinga, the Lord, and he was worshipping and singing the praise of this thing. Yama, the god of death, Yamaraj got angry. He threw his noose to that lad, small child. Now, will that lasso or the shula, not shula, the noose, what is it called as? The pasha, Yama of Yamaraja, that rope, lasso, not only surrounded the neck of this boy, it also surrounded the Shivalinga. And it started pulling to take out the life of this child. Because of that intense identification with Lord Shiva and his prayer, there, Shiva in the Kailasa, because he is in the heart of this boy. When this boy was trying to be pulled by the Yamaraj, there in Kailasa, Lord Shiva is also being pulled by that noose. Shiva got angry. What? You, god of death, you are troubling my devotee. So he came down out of that Shivalinga and he killed the god of death itself. Can you imagine? God of death was given death by Lord Shiva. That's why the Lord Shiva's name is Mrityunjaya. One who has won or killed the death itself. That's why the Lord gets the name Mrityunjaya. And the mantra, you know, that Trimbakai yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukam iva brandhanan mrityor mukshi amamritat. Mahamrityunjaya mantra. If you chant that mantra, you can overcome death or accidents or any other thing. That's why that mantra is chanted of Lord Shiva. So he gave death to death itself. Then the wife of Yama had to come running and plead, "Oh Lord, you have given the duty to the god of death. He was just doing his duty. But ask your husband to be careful not to touch my devotees here afterwards." So Yama was given back life by Shiva. Then the child, he took the child, Markandeya. and consoled him, showed him his affection, and gave him the boon that you will never die. You will be eternally living. That is Markandeya. Even now, as a youth of 16, he never became old. He will never become old. By his devotion to Lord Shiva, he is still young, 16 years old. Even now, he is living. Chiranjeevi, amongst the Chiranjeevi. That is Markandeya. He has written this Devi Purana, the Markandeya Purana. In that, this Devi Mahatmyam, what we are studying, is the Rishi is Markandeya Rishi. See? So if you have devotion to God, you can win even the death. He is eternally living. Markandeya is one of the Rishi who is eternally living. He is still living now too. Just like Hanuman. Hanuman is also Chiranjeevi. Like that, our Markandeya Rishi is also Chiranjeevi. So Shivaratri, before Shivaratri, we are hearing the wonderful story of Lord Shiva because the name of Markandeya came here. So here ends the third chapter called The Slaying of Mahishasura of Devi Mahatmyam. The Devi Mahatmyam is in the Markandeya Purana. This happened during the period of Savarani, Manu. So now, Creator Brahma has created this world. This will go on for millions and millions of years because one day of Brahma will have so many Chatur Yugas. We are in the Kali Yuga, 16,000 years, and Dwapara Yuga will be still more number of years. And still another earlier was during the time of Rama, Treta Yuga, the number of years are still more. And during the time of the Rishis, the Satya Yuga, it was still more, so many millions of years. So all these four yugas are called Chatur Yuga. Such thousands of years is one day of Brahma, Creator Brahma. So such, in the 100 years of Brahma, there will be 14 Manus. They will be ruling this whole universe. So Savarani was one of the Manu, progenitor, so was ruling. So that's why it is called Savarani Manvantare. And this king who came here during this, so this all this Markandeya Purana, everything happened. You know, the Rishi was in the ashram Sumedhas, and in the beginning itself we had the story whereby one businessman, Samadhi, and another Raja, Surata, they came to this Rishi. He was troubled by his own family, deceived by his own king, the ministers, and thrown out. The king, Surata, and Samadhi was thrown out by his own family members, deceived. So they came to the forest, they came to the Rishi and asked him, why is that even though our own people have deceived us, still we have attachment to them, we have love to them, though they have pushed us out, they wanted to kill us. Then Rishi narrates this story. It is the Mahamaya, the ignorance created by the Divine Mother. So we forget all the things and we are deluded. So then this Devi Mahatmyam starts. So Samadhi was interested in liberation. So he worshipped the mother after this and he got liberation. He established the Mahakali, Mahasaraswati and Mahalakshmi and worship that is there in Karnataka, in near Mangalore, in Gurupura. That temple is still there, worshipped by him. But the king had a desire to rule. So in another he became a Manu, ruling this universe for simply because he worshipped the Divine Mother, he became one of the Manu. Savarani is one of the Manu. After that, the 8th Manu was this Surata became that Manu. So you can see how the concept of time in Hinduism, in the Sanatana Dharma, here in other Semitic religions, it ends with the judgment day. But here, it is cyclic. The time, sense of the time goes on, you see, vast time. So now this is Savarani Manvantara. One of the Manu, in that Manu's period, this has happened. See the concept of time going back and such vast idea of time the Rishis knew. Are they not great scientists? who could give us this concept of time. So that is the mantra. Let us repeat that. Om iti Shri Markandeya Purane. Om iti Shri Markandeya Purane. Savarnike Manvantare. Savarnike Manvantare. Devi Mahatmye. Devi Mahatmye. Mahishasuravadho. Mahishasuravadho. Nama Tritiyodhyayaha. Tritiyodhyayaha. I told you the meaning. Here ends the third chapter, Tritiyodhyayaha, called the slaying of the Mahishasura. Mahishasuravadho Nama Devi Mahatmyam. That book which we are studying, Devi Mahatmyam, in Markandeya Purana, Om iti Shri Markandeya Purane, during the period of Savarni, the Manu, Savarnike Manvantare, that is the meaning. So, this is the end of Devi Mahatmyam, the third chapter. So, we have finished it where Mahishasura was slain by the Divine Mother. So, now the next we will take up Ataha Chaturthodhyayaha. That is the fourth chapter. In that, now here afterwards, it will be the aspect of Mahalakshmi. First it was Mahakali. The first chapter up till here it was all Mahakali. Now the third chapter here we were all meditating on Mahalakshmi. Now next is the Dhyanam, where in the fourth chapter it is also still the same thing will be continuing. It's a very famous mantra of the Divine Mother. In the puja and other things also it is used. So we will learn to chant that. I will also tell you the meaning of this mantra in the next thing only, because we should not end there. We will just start the new mantra, the Dhyana mantra. What is that? It is famous. Many of you are knowing this mantra. Kalabhravam Katakshair Arikulabayadam Maulibaddhendurekham Shankam Chakram Kripanam Trishikamapi Karairudvahantim Trinetram Simhaskandhadirudham Tribhumanamakilam Tejasa Purayantim Dhyayet Durgam Jayakhyam Tridasha Gana Vratam Sevitam Siddha Sangaihi. See here you can see the name Durga. Dhyayet Durgam, you have to meditate on Durgam. Comes here the name of Durga in this mantra. So many places it's very popular. All the mantras which comes here afterwards in this mantra, it is chanted very frequently. It's very popular mantras it is going to get. I will take up in the next session and explain the meaning, go to the simple meaning and also the significance and the deeper meaning. So it will be very interesting. Everything even now, earlier also it was very interesting. It goes on increasing. Rishurvacha Sakradayas Suragana Nihate Ti Virye Tasmin Duratmani Surari Balecha Devya. All wonderful mantras will come. Very famous mantras we'll take up in our next session. Now we shall chant one short mantra from the Devi Mahatmyam. As Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, if you chant this short mantra by the Devatas and also the Rishis and Brahma, glorifying Divine Mother, it will give the essence of chanting the whole Durga Saptashati if you chant this. So let us chant that mantra now to end our today's session.
Sarvama